Hey everybody, HTA out, throwing some shade in the coronavirus tree planting series. We're keeping a safe 6 feet distance from each other while we plant trees in the great outdoors. We're up in Liberty today, and we're going to show you today kind of how we've been doing it. So we have Joe over here. He's got the tree out. So what kind of tree is this? This is a green mountain maple. It's a variety of sugar maple that we'll be planting up in Liberty today. So they come in these sort of 3-gallon, 5-gallon pots, and that means there's a lot of work to be done mitigating the girdling roots that kind of are typical of this sort of growing technique. So maintaining a safe 6 feet, we can get a good look at how those roots have grown along the edge of the pot and started to circle. Unlike branches that self-correct, these roots, if left like that, will just continue to grow circularly around the tree, eventually choking it out. And so the first thing Joe is going to do is aggressively tap the root ball in an effort to clip those. So there's two things that we really look for when we're working with a root ball. First, again, is that girdling root pattern that you really want to mitigate before you put it in the ground. The second is finding the top first lateral root. And that root's going to be a structural root that's often buried, sometimes up to 4 or 5 inches underneath the nursery potting soil. And it looks like actually we have a pretty good example. And so you can see it there. It's the first major root coming laterally off the stem, and that's going to be oftentimes no smaller than your pinky on most species. The maples this year have been pretty good in terms of putting those out. That's going to be a structural root. When all is said and done, you want that above the soil, just because little known fact that most trees' roots can be found in the top 18 inches of soil, and if you plant that one too deep, it sets the tree off to a bad start. Trees respirate through the roots and they need that access to oxygen. Something that a lot of our volunteers ask us is whether or not they're going to hurt the root ball by attacking it too aggressively in going after these girdling roots. We say you really can't go too aggressively on these root balls. Any damage that you do to the tree in the midst of mitigating these circulating roots is going to be nothing compared to the damage over time that those roots will do if left to grow. They'll continue again to grow uncorrected over the next 4 or 5 years and eventually cut off the tree's vascular system, effectively strangling it. So again, go ham. While Joe has been working on the root ball, we've been working on digging the hole. So the hole, doesn't have to be very deep to begin with. Again, you find many trees' roots tend to be much shallower than people kind of suspect. And you want to make sure, again, that lateral root is left above the ground when all is said and done. Additionally, when you're digging the hole, you want it to be about twice the circumference of, or twice the diameter of the root ball. And that's just to allow the new roots to have some loosened soil to grow out into. So Joe's thrown the shovel across the hole here, and that's to give us a tool to help gauge sort of the depth of that lateral root. Again, that's this one right here, and that's the one that you want to be kept above soil when everything's, again, said and done. So I think that's a good depth. It's even with the shovel handle, and having it an inch or two above soil line is probably good, especially considering the soil will settle over time. So once the root ball is in the hole, take a step back, make sure it's plumb. Looks pretty good from this angle. Let's see, we got from here. I think it needs to move a little bit more towards the house. Here at HTA, we're all about right tree in right place, and that means having the tree fit into the surrounding landscape. Crooked trees aren't super aesthetic. So that looks good. Joe's propped it up where it needs to get propped up. I think we're about ready to fill in the hole. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that pile of dirt, we're just gonna start filling it around. Once that's done, we're gonna ring it with the sod that we had separated earlier when we cleared the whole site. And then we'll pile on the mulch. And boom, hole's filled in. Again, look, notice how we've made sure to keep all the new soil away from that lateral root. It's really important. Next, what we're gonna do is lay the sod in a circle, grass side down. And that's gonna be a nice little foundational mulch layer. And then it also will kill the grass. Grass is a really good competitor for nutrients and water, and will actually oftentimes starve young trees. So we want to make sure that we keep a really good, it's the importance of a nice mulch ring, of course. We also want to make sure that any grass that we throw back on the pile dies. The sod is down. The mulch ring has begun. Now Joe will complete it by dumping on the actual mulch. And how much mulch are we putting on here? It's about 2 cubic feet of mulch per tree. So he's just gonna dump it right on top. Yeah. So making sure that we spread that mulch out, making a nice wide mulch ring that'll provide a barrier against lawn mowers and grass, and will just generally help retain moisture and regulate temperature around the base of the tree. Just unburying that lateral root, and we are about ready to water this guy in. We generally water trees in with 30 gallons of water roughly. Ideally we'll put 10 gallons of water right on the base, and then we use these gator bags, which are effectively 20-gallon bladders that hang around the tree. When filled up, they slowly release the water over the course of anywhere from 8 to 12 hours. And they also provide kind of a nice little reminder for residents that they have a tree to water. They provide an initial barrier against weed whackers and other sort of, enemies of little trees. Yeah, and that's about it. Well, it's heating up. We've completed the planting for this Green Mountain sugar maple. And we're gonna go move on to do a couple others. Trees, especially in the urban environment, present a number of benefits, including, clean the air, they help with stormwater runoff, they provide habitat for different urban species, and they just really look nice, especially for people who are interested in walkable neighborhoods. So thanks for checking out our video. Hope everyone's staying safe and staying well, and we'll see you next time.